telephone call from Fresenius in Cologne. Yeah, so let's continue then. Last tour for today. Yeah, so social customer relations management. What are the advantages using this system? Yeah, so it's an advantage that you have a communication with detractors. So what you can do is to clarify situations with people who are unsatisfied. Yeah. First, these detractors are noticed. Yes, the response can lead to an alternative understanding. So I think you remember about the rules that we spoke about when running a community. So it's necessary to accept what the customers are saying. Yeah, it's not the best possibility to say something against them. Yeah, or if you say you're an idiot, yeah, something like that, then it's causing more problems than before. So it's necessary to be friendly and to hear what these people are saying. Yeah, sometimes it can be it can be bullshit. Yes, can be not really logical. Yeah? But in most cases, it's a need what these people have. Yeah. So what you can do is you reduce the detractors. Yeah. Because you speak to them and you can clear up a situation. Or you can convince them that something is the right way. There was no other possibility to go this way. Sometimes there can be people. In German, we say terrorists to these people. These are people who only want to make something negative. There's no understanding possible, and therefore you can speak about terrorists. Yeah? So you have people that can be easily convinced. Then there are people who can be convinced after a longer discussion. Yeah, you have to find the right arguments. And the third are these terrorists, and who don't accept anything. Yeah, so you are running against a wall, and it's better to leave these people. Yes, because there's no understanding. Building up a fandom. Yeah, so this is what I told you is a brand community. Yes, these are people who are happy with your product. They stand behind the company. They love the products. They love the service. Whatever. Yeah. So this could be a positive positive backup during a company crisis. If there's something wrong, these people, they stand behind you and they equalize the shitstorms. Yeah? So because argument for you and against the others, yeah? And they can reduce the level of escalation. Yeah? So this is why it's so important. Yeah, and they defend the strategies. Yeah. So what you have to do if you want to use if you want to run a social CRM, you need to make transparent statements, especially during the crisis. You have to be open. If there is a crisis or if there is a catastrophe, yeah, then it's necessary to speak open. Sometimes it's difficult to speak open because if you say something, the right could be against you. Yeah, if so, for example, we had a crash of a airplane. So it was an Airbus from I don't know, German wings or Euro wings. I don't remember. And it came down in southern France in the Alps. It's a few years ago, and all people died. And as far as I know, there have been problems before with the control of this type of airplane. So a bit the same that we have with the Boeing 737 MAX at the moment. But this problem has been solved. And however, it has been a discussion when the press was discussing about the I don't know what this word means. Yeah, okay. So it was a discussion about reasons, about the cause of this accident, and so the problem then is when you say, okay, it's up to us. Yes, so we made this this error. Then you are guilty. Yeah, you are guilty, and you have to pay for all. And so here it was a problem between Airbus, so between the manufacturers airplane and Germany or Lufthansa. Yeah? So where the pilot came from. And in the end, it came out that it was a suicide. Yeah, it was a suicide of the pilot, and so this means that this fail has been was not caused by Airbus, by the manufacturer. It has been caused by Germanwings. Yeah, so it came out that this was a co-pilot, and the co-pilot must be said something to the pilot, and the pilot went out of the cabin, of the front cabin, yeah, then the co-pilot closed the door, and there was no chance to come in again. So, and this co-pilot, he wanted to make a self-suicide, yeah, and so he made this crash. Yeah, this was his intention to make it, and all people in the plane died with him. Yeah, and this is this is a big problem when you have to speak about rights, yeah, about the person or about the company which is guilty in that case, because you have to pay high sums of money for that. Yeah? I have to close a door or close a window. Somebody's working outside. Yeah, and that's the meaning when you say you speak, especially this when you have such people, and that helps you through crisis. These people say, let's wait, let's see what the specialists will say, and then there will be the correct reason about this accident. Yeah, so this is then necessary, yeah, for companies, and so when we speak about social customer relation management, we can say it's a further development of traditional customer relation management. For example, we have a tool that is Microsoft Dynamics CRM, and Dynamics CRM is a customer relations management tool where you have the chance to follow your Facebook site and Instagram and Twitter, whatever, or your website, yeah, and you can see the statistics, and also you can see directly what happens there, yeah, and yeah, so and it's saving data from the customers, yeah? And so it's a combination of a former CRM system and the new role of social media. The companies react on the increasing social media usage and on the changing demand. Yeah, so it's more easy to do that if you know what happens in the market. Yeah, and the communication processes will then be made with emotion and with confidence. Yes, you have your chance to convince the people about the quality, about the usage of your product, because you have a role like a consultant, or yeah, as a not only somebody who is a salesman. Yeah, it's a more a consulting function, yeah, and this is then a good possibility to convince people and to buy the product. Example, I don't know if you know the picture on the right. Do you know that? Do you know that this person on the right here with the?
Of course, the governor.
Yeah, that's the governor. Yes. Yes, but it was, I think, not when he made his job. It was the time before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, and so it's an Austrian actor, and he went to the US, and then he made a career as an actor.
Yeah, and in China we call him the governor.
You call him the governor?
Yeah, it's a symbol, you know.
That's yeah. I think that's good.
With that shotgun, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So, and what you see here, this is a typical kind of product placement. So, what you see here in the front, it's a motorbike. Yeah, it's a Harley Davidson, and it's a model Fat Boy. So this film came out in, I think, in 1985, 87. I don't know. I don't really know. So Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, yeah, he used this bike, and so this film made Harley Davidson successful in Germany, because all men wanted to have this motorbike. Yeah, yeah. So you see how important that is. Yeah. Did I show you the video with Richard Gere last week? Did I show that to you? From the film American Gigolo.
Ah, yeah.
Yes? Or no? Do you remember that?
I'm afraid yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a bit the same. Yeah. So it was the rise of Giorgio Armani. Yeah, with the clothes.
Yeah.
And here it was the rise of the Harley Davidson in Germany. So the man, yeah. So it shows power. It shows power. Yeah. It's a special kind of status. Yeah. Yeah. So the man here in Germany, they bought this bike because of Arnold Schwarzenegger on this bike. Yeah. Yeah. And you see the slogan, you know, they say full dreams of personal freedom. So that means that personal freedom. So it's you are more individual. You can live your dream. Yeah, if you are using this bike, you can fulfill your dreams. You are you are responsible for your own. Yeah, that's something that is the meaning of that. So, and Harley Davidson is a brand that has a really long-term history. Yeah, it's existing since 1903. So it's really an old brand. Yeah, and this Ionic status came up with Terminator 2, with the film, yeah, that came to cinemas, and yeah, now there are new models, and as far as I know, Harley Davidson has problems, yeah, because they after the politics happened from Donald Trump, it was causing problems for Harley Davidson because it's a global working company. Yeah. Yeah, and so this brand has an image. So, and when you see it, it's something for cruising instead of racing. You don't race with such a bike. Yeah, you have the feeling of driving. You are not racing. You're not racing fast. Yeah, you feel the wind. Yeah, you feel the wind, and you can look around. And I don't know if you know the Route 66 in the USA. It's a road that comes straight from the east coast to the west coast of the US. Yeah, and many bikers make this tour. Yeah, they start in California and they reach then New York, or they take the other way. Yeah, they take the way back or whatever. So there's much to see on that way, and so you don't ride fast, and so it's easy to use such a bike, and this is the feeling they want to sell. Yeah, the machines are very heavy. Yeah, so they have a weight about 300 kilograms, sometimes more. Yeah, so the Harley I have is 285 kilograms. And there are some older ones, and they have a weight of 350, 380 kilos. Yeah, so really, really heavy. And they have an extroverted design. So you find much chrome on these models. Yeah? I think the new ones, they look not so classic. They become younger, yeah, and they got a younger design for younger people, and so there are some models which still have chrome, but there are also other models that are they look more modern, you can say. Yeah, this is a good example, and one student of mine, he made a study, and so and what came out, is a summary of that on Facebook. Yeah, so HD or Harley Davidson offers a massive SCRM on Facebook in the B2C sector, yeah, business to customer sector. And in Germany, no, it's not Germany. I think it's all over the world. All over so the Facebook site has 7.4 million times likes. This has happened in September 2018, 18, and it's still growing. And then in that year, in July, 824 people spoke about Harley Davidson. And the rate is not very high, but it's 1.24%. These are customers who want to live this this slogan, yeah. So they want to fulfill their dreams of personal freedom. There's also a museum of Harley Davidson, and it owns an own site. Yeah? A small story to that. It's 1 or 2 years ago that at the Californian coast, there was a Harley Davidson that has been found. It came out of the water. Yeah. Harley Davidson made a check with a serial number, and it came out that this bike had his owner in China, in Japan, and he lost his bike after Fukushima, after this wave, yeah.
The nuclear station.
After the tsunami, yeah. And so his bike was lost. He survived, the owner survived. And now, a few years later, the bike has been found in the coast of Harley Davidson, of the USA, and then so the serial number has then identified this Japanese person, and so they found him in Japan, and they asked him to make a complete restoration for free, yeah, for him. And but he denied. He said, "Oh no, I have another one, and I don't want this bike anymore. It gives me bad feelings because he lost some people of his family." Okay, can be understood. And now this bike is standing as a wreck, yeah, like it is in the Harley Davidson Museum. Yeah, so it made a long tour through the ocean, yeah, through the Pacific Ocean, and found its way back to the US. Yeah. So, but the Museum of Harley Davidson uses an own site on Facebook, yeah, and there are also the German Facebook site, yeah. So it's a distributor here in Germany. He also owns a site. And there are also others, so like UK, the United Kingdom, and Australia, and all these countries, and the distributors, they have their own site. Yeah. So in Germany, there are 104,000 likes and 3,664 people who are participating in discussions. Yeah. And here you can see what happens to Harley Davidson on Facebook, only on Facebook. Yeah, so there's a manufacturer website, yeah, where they show the new models, where they talk about innovations, because Harley Davidson now is offering an electro motorbike. Yeah. And there's a site for Harley Fanboy, the model that Arnold Schwarzenegger was driving. Then there's the site of the Harley Davidson Museum. Then there are many sites from different countries: Harley Davidson Germany, Harley Davidson UK, yeah. And then there are many fan clubs, mostly in every country, all on Facebook. And moreover, there are communities and interest groups, model-specific sites, like the Harley Davidson VRSC, Electroglide, and whatever, all the models that they have, Breakout, and so you find they have their own site. So what you can see now is that there is a big net of many sites, yeah, and so the student, he didn't make the check from all countries, but you see how many likes are there, yeah, and how many people are interested. So in all countries there are people who are interested in this brand, yeah, and this is how social CRM works. Yeah, it's a big net of interested people, and they are compliant with this philosophy, and they live it, and so they are part of that. So the statistics, so there are about 6 articles per week that are published on the main site. An article of the official Facebook site is liked by an average of 6,600 people. This can be shared by an average of 648 users, so it's a multiplicator effect. It contains an average of 4.83 pictures. 54.83 posts are here per article, so you speak about notifications, and there are also links, so 1.33 links are added to these articles to make to jump to another site, So, and 33% of the publications contain video. An example, there has been a film trailer of a promoted film in cinema where a Harley can be seen. So it's a product placement. There are people that go into the cinema to see that bike in the film. It's like this. It's these are fans. So in Twitter, there are 4.14 activities per day, 29 per week. 70% come from HD fans or HD owners, Harley-Davidson owners. It will be published in a form of retweets on the own side of Harley-Davidson, and the rest, these are 3.43 short messages, come from HD. And so the same here. We have this multiplication effect, and this is how you can hold your customers. They recommend your bikes. They buying advertising, and they're driving with their bike. They make tours and whatever. And when we talk about this, you see here internet, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. You will find in all social media portals there's Harley-Davidson. So it's a big availability of Harley-Davidson. Oops. Just a moment. The E is on the wrong side. So and you can also use the classic way, and so this is what we call multi-channel strategy. You have all possibilities to talk to Harley-Davidson, and they answer in a very fast time. And, more and more of the companies are using all these possibilities to get into contact with potential customers. What is Harley-Davidson doing? It tries to act interactively. There's a photo of a day action. So you can send a photo to Harley-Davidson, and they choose a photo and they publish it. Or there's a hard HD worldwide, and you can publishing your tours and with the mileage distance. You can show how long the tour was. And last not least, they're offering tips on occurring events like on Facebook and Twitter. And this are possibilities, yeah, to hold the customers on their sides. They come back, yeah, so they want to see, I was successful, oh, my photo has been published, and here's my tour, the tour I made, and yeah, so it makes them happy, the people, yeah. So what are the goals? So let's make, this is the last page. It's a creation of a positive mindset, yeah, concerning the brand. It's nearly the same for other companies, yeah. So you're mounting a common value, and you're mounting an own lifestyle, and this is creating these brand communities. Yeah, it has an influence on the products and of the manufacturer, because the customer is saying what works good, what works not is not good. It's an emotional increase of customer relation. Yeah, so it takes more part of your life. Yeah. And it's creating the unique selling proposition. Yeah? If somebody is influenced by this USP, he will then buy a Harley Davidson. You know? Yeah, and this is, but this is based on a really good history, yeah, that Harley Davidson has, and there has been films. I showed you a film that was with the two bikers. So it's a few weeks ago that I made this. So this is the kind of lifestyle, yeah, they want to show. Yeah. Okay. So this is yeah, our last foil for today. We will then start next week with content marketing. Yeah. Yeah. So what can I do? I can wish you a good weekend. I hope a sunny weekend, and we will see us on Tuesday. Yeah, and 12:30 or 18:30, and then we will continue with digital media. Yeah. So enjoy the weekend. It was nice to have you here, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the day. Yeah.
Schönes Wochenende.
Okay,
Dankeschön. Bye bye.